guys, welcome back to the NFA Review channel. I'm here with Mike Pappas and Gary Hughes of Dead Air Silencers. They came down to give us an exclusive first look at their new Ghost45M. A little out of norm today. This review is going to be a little longer than normal because it is a very feature-packed can. All right, you guys can, I don't need you anymore. All right, so as you know, we're getting to see this before its full production readiness, I guess you could say, so we don't even have a box for it yet. But this is what it mainly ships with. You're going to get the full suppressor, the wipe end cap, the takedown tool, which is the same one you will use on the mask. A piston spring will be inside of here when you buy it. It does not ship with a piston, but in the price that you pay for it, it includes one. So when you go pick up the can from your dealer, you just tell him what thread pitch you want, and he'll include one in the price. If you need any additional ones, you just buy those two. The Ghost45M comes in at 8.75 inches in the full length and 6.2 inches in the short length. Comes in at 1.375 diameter, and in the weight, it weighs 12 ounces in the full length and 9.6 ounces in the short length. All right, as far as cleaning and maintenance, there's a couple ways you can take the Ghost apart. One is to use the end cap tool on the front, or what I would like to do is remove the front module, because the front set of baffles are captive. They're not going to fall out. As I'm demonstrating here, they won't fall out. Then you have a smaller item that you can hold in your hand to use the takedown tool for. Put that on the end cap and remove it, and the core and the baffle stack will slide out. Taking the tool, loosen the front cap. This is the non-wipe end cap. I'll show you the wipe one in just a second. Once it's off, you can turn the tube over. Whoops, I kind of smashed it there. And the front stack will fall out. Do the same with the main tube, and the other stack will come out. Now it's ready for cleaning. The main suppressor tube is constructed of titanium. The baffle stack that is housed in that tube is 17.4 heat-treated stainless. The front sound module has 7075 aluminum baffles that have been Type 3 hard coat anodized. Its tube is 7075 as well. Now on the front caps, it has a smaller cap baffle that's 17.4 stainless as well, and it follows whether or not you're using the end cap option or the standard option. To clean the Ghost45, the front section is all 17.4 stainless, so you can throw that in an ultrasonic cleaner. The front module is obviously 7075, so you can only clean it by hand. Just use a gun solvent and cleaning brush. This one as well, ultrasonic cleaner, and the end caps are aluminum, so you can clean those by hand as well. It's very simple to clean. Once the baffles are cleaned and oiled, you have a notch here and a tab here. They interlock together, and it's as easy as that. Then for assembly, like I said, slide the body there, boom, flip it over. Slide the module on top, tighten it down. Now you have an interesting feature here. Now you get to decide whether or not you use the wiped version or the non-wiped version. Many suppressor newcomers at home are probably wondering what a wipe is and what it does. Gary, why don't you go ahead and explain that to them?
Okay, well, a wipe is a very old silencer technology that usually consists of a rubber disc. And it was used to make silencers short a long time ago, and primarily as a baffle. Our design doesn't use it as a baffle, it uses it as an exit aperture. So what it does is it forms a perfect gas seal as the bullet passes through this little piece of rubber. And we get performance that's similar to wet performance without all the hassle of shooting a wet silencer. So it's a lot less messy, and you can stage it that way.
Last 30 shots, optimum?
Optimum performance is 30 to 50 shots, but generally I don't start thinking about changing them for several hundred shots.
Right. And you have the option to use it or not.
Exactly.
Nice.
You don't have to use it, but if you want to get wet type performance without the mess in our compact configuration, it'll get you there.
That's a good way to think of it. Mike, anything to add?
Well, it'll take you from just over 140 to around 137 in the short, so.
And that's on 45, right?
45, yeah.
45 ACP, perfect nightstand gun. Speaking of which, why don't we go ahead and shoot this thing and let everybody at home hear what the tone sounds like. I'm sure they're eager to hear it finally.
Let's do that.
All right.
short and wet.
Hell yeah. That sounded great.
I think it sounds better than the long.
I think it does. There's some sort of pressure
Look at
change.
the stuff.
Wet and wiped. Well, I hope you guys all enjoyed the review. I certainly had a lot of fun this weekend with Mike and Gary, as I'm sure you noticed from the Scotch and Silencers review I put up earlier. A couple notes from shooting it. In the short, wet, and wiped configuration, it sounded much better to the shooter than the long, wet, wiped configuration. And the conclusion that we came to was that this is due to the addition of the wipe feature. What you're basically doing is creating an aperture that the bullet is passing through, and then gas is sealing around the edge of the projectile as it leaves the can. So you're going to have better metered numbers at the muzzle, but it's going to increase the back pressure more than you're used to, and the shooter is going to have a little bit extra port pop. But still very manageable, hearing safe both at ear and at muzzle. Also, a little fun fact, while we were still recording, the factory was still doing decibel meter test, and they found out some pretty neat features when you cut the wipe a certain way before shooting through it. So hopefully Dead Air will have that data available shortly. Hope you had fun again, and make sure you subscribe on YouTube, Full 30, Facebook, and Instagram. See you guys next time.